Hello everyone. I know it's been quite a long time since we last met. Do not worry, I am back again, and hopefully this time I am going to try to be more consistent. Well, without wasting much of your time, let me dive right into today's topic. One of the things that my viewers have been wanting to know for quite some time now is whether or not the Monsterverse ever intends to introduce King Caesar into its franchise. Well, let me inform you that the possibility of witnessing King Caesar within the Monsterverse is actually very high, and we might actually get to see him sooner than you may imagine. Well, quite interestingly, the franchise has already dropped an Easter egg very casually in one of their movies, which most of you seem to have failed to notice. Before we go further, I am just going to request you to spend 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want more such awesome contents. Okay, now coming back to the video, before I speak about King Caesar's introduction within the Monsterverse, let me first talk about the history of this rather mysterious kaiju for those viewers who are not too familiar with this gorgeous-looking gentleman over here. So, King Caesar first appeared in the movie, produced by Toho called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in the year 1975. In the movie, he was portrayed as the protector of the city of Okinawa in Japan. The final battle of the movie features King Caesar teaming up with Godzilla to take on Mechagodzilla, who is basically the primary antagonist of the movie, in an intense 2-on-1 battle. King Caesar's next appearance came 2 decades later in this 1998 live-action miniseries called Godzilla Island, also produced by Toho. Then 6 years later, he once again went on to make another appearance in this movie, called Godzilla Final Wars. So, King Caesar basically has had 3 major appearances on the big screen, and it seems very likely that we are going to see him very soon once again on the silver screen this time, as part of the Monsterverse, which is fresh off the immense commercial box office success of Godzilla, Kong the New Empire. Before we come to that, let me first give you a brief description of Mr. Caesar for those of you who are not quite familiar. First of all, the most interesting and unique aspect about King Caesar is the fact that he possesses qualities of a lion, a dog, and also a reptile. As you can see, his face has a strong and distinct resemblance with that of a majestic African lion, while at the same time, he also has giant floppy ears like that of a cute little beagle. His body is mostly covered by a thick layer of fur underneath, as you can see over here. However, underneath the layer of fur, his body is basically covered with very hard keratinized scales, further reinforced with bony plates very similar to that of a crocodile. His rather tough outer body allows him to withstand different forms of attack against his enemies, including intense firearms, large missiles, and bombs. Caesar also possesses remarkable speed, athleticism, durability, and fighting prowess. Another interesting thing to note is that just like Titanus Shimo, he has the ability to use all his 4 limbs to move faster, and at the same time, he can also stand upright on his 2 feet whenever necessary. Now to give you a little info on his background, he is considered as the guardian of the Azumi family, which is basically a tribal group based in Japan, sort of like the EV tribe from the Hollow Earth within the Monsterverse. Okay, that was all about King Caesar's origins and background. Now coming to Legendary's Monsterverse, as I already said, you will be surprised to know that King Caesar might have already made a brief little cameo within the Legendary franchise. This happened during the 2019 Monsterverse movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. If you remember, apart from all the Titans to make appearance in the movie, 11 more Titans were confirmed to exist within that world while not featuring on screen. And one of these Titans is called Sekhmet, who is shown to be monitored at a monarch outpost in Egypt. And what is really interesting is that Sekhmet in Egyptian mythology is a goddess often depicted as a lioness. To add further, director Mike Doherty later also confirmed the connection between the monster and the goddess by remarking on Instagram that Sekhmet the Titan indeed resembles a lioness or sphinx and is being monitored by Monarch Outpost number 65 in Egypt. What is really noteworthy is the fact that, just like King Caesar was being portrayed as a guardian kaiju for the city of Okinawa in Japan, in Egyptian mythology, Sekhmet is viewed by the people of Egypt as a warrior, a goddess of healing, and a guardian deity. She was even believed to have created the deserts of Egypt with her hot breath, which came from being the daughter of the sun god. So, there is a number of undeniable strong evidences to support the fact that Sekhmet could indeed be the King Caesar of the Monsterverse. You need to understand that since Toho owns the rights for the title of King Caesar, Legendary Studios might have decided to call this kaiju as Sekhmet instead of King Caesar. Now, according to some rumors, it is believed that King Caesar aka Sekhmet could appear sooner than you would expect. If you remember, the country of Egypt had a big part to play in the most recent Monsterverse blockbuster, Godzilla Kong the New Empire. To be more specific, Cairo in Egypt is the same place where we got to witness round 2 of Godzilla and Kong going head to head against each other. And in the process, the place was subjected to mass-scale destruction and chaos. So, what if those events actually awakened the Guardian of Egypt, thereby pushing him into a path of revenge against the Big G, which could serve as the perfect storyline for the next Monsterverse project? And if you are a regular follower of my channel, you would know that the title of the next Monsterverse project is rumored to be Godzilla x Kong Part 3, indicating that it is going to be a direct sequel to the New Empire. In other words, the events of the upcoming movie is going to be a direct continuation of Godzilla x Kong. And if you remember, the ending of the movie made it crystal clear that Godzilla would take up the role of being the protector, the savior of the surface world, while Kong would play a similar role for the Hollow Earth. And I have already mentioned numerous times on my channel that Adam Wingard has been telling us that the next movie is going to be focused on the character of the Big G. In a way, the last 2 movies were more Kong-centric, if you want to put it that way. Now, I know Adam Wingard is no longer associated with Godzilla x Kong Part 3, and we have a fresh new face to take up the role of directing the next Monsterverse project, but Mr. Wingard's words still give us a strong idea on the direction the franchise looks to be heading in the near future. And all these information implies that the antagonist or the villain in the sequel is going to be someone from the surface world. So, considering everything, it makes absolutely perfect sense that we get to witness King Caesar's introduction within the Monsterverse in Godzilla x Kong Part 3. So, that is all I had to say in this video, and do not worry, because I am back, and I will be uploading videos on a consistent basis again. If you enjoyed watching, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.